Hello, everybody. Welcome to Snyder's Inc. Chills reaction video for you today. However, I would like to say something first. I'm going to be starting doing gameplay videos on this channel that you're on right now. There will be some gameplay videos that will be coming. Not sure fully when I'll be coming and how often I'll upload them, but they will be starting on this channel. So I hope y'all are excited for that. If y'all think I should do them, if you have games you would like to see me play, let me know. I got two in mind. I have PS5, so if you got any PS5 games you think I should play, let me know. Or PS4 or PS3. Those are the three systems I have. So let me know if you want me to play any of those. Got any games for those specific systems you would like to see me play? Um, but this video, that's what we need. That's what we're here for. That's what y'all here for. This video is 5 scary videos that freak me out. Let's see if it freaks me out. Let's see if it does, chills. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into this. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment what you think of these videos down below. Are y'all ready? Of course you're ready. Let's go.
This is the initial reaction of a YouTuber named Joey Mac420 after experiencing a mysterious encounter while motorbiking in the mountains of California.
And it is all fun and games until freaking Ghost Girls just comes out of nowhere.
He and his friend are out on a long bike trail with no one visible for miles and no reason for anyone to be out there with them. Everything is going fine until at one point the trail dips along the base of a mountain and runs parallel to a creepy section of woods. Joey comes around a corner and is surprised to see this person approaching him.
He's literally just a random girl. It's just this random girl. She doesn't look prepared for anything. She literally is just not here. She barely got, looks like she's barely got no pants on. Just wearing a t-shirt. I know it might look nice out, but she's in the middle of a freaking forest here. Like, I don't think this girl should be dressed like this out here in a forest. So yeah, I think there's something weird about this girl.
One who he's never seen before and yet who looks strangely familiar. He's so freaked out by the sight of someone all the way out here, a clear 45 miles from town, that he veers off the path and takes a look over his shoulder to make sure what he saw was real.
That is so creepy. Brandon's gonna freak out. Do I go back and look for him? What? Where did she come from?
She walks by, but something is really off about the way she looks to him. He can't tell what it is, but it scares him bad. A close-up shows some reasons why. She's walking straight ahead and doesn't turn to notice him at all. No wave or acknowledgement or anything. Last, she seems to be holding something. When his friend drives by a short while later, he says she behaved differently and ran straight at him. I think she appears to not be in the right mental state, since she was all by herself in the mountains, walking a long distance without any shoes.
Oh yeah, she doesn't even have shoes. There you go. That's the other thing I didn't notice. That's even weirder. But yeah, she's not. She's got no shoes on. She's on her own in a forest, nowhere near town. Like she lives out here then, and she's clearly not in the right state of mind. So I have no idea what's going on. It's weird that his friend went by her, and she just like went at him. But when he went by, she had made no attention. Maybe she would have if he was near her, and maybe because he veered off, he probably went towards her direction. The friend did. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know what's wrong with this girl, but clearly there's something wrong with her.
That's when Joey remembers a missing persons report around this area from not too long ago, and I think this was very smart thinking on Joey's part. He checks the database and brings up this photo. Carly Lane Gousset. I know it's kind of hard to tell from this distance, but I do see some possible correlations between the person in this video and the person.
Oh, that would be too hard. That's too hard to make out. I don't know on that one. I mean, it could be, but that's really hard to make out there. That's really hard. That's especially the camera quality is not exactly the greatest. She's distance away. He's moving. That's hard to say.
Person in these missing FBI photos. The hairstyle is similar, and she seems to have the same high cheekbones. If I had to guess the age, I would say a teenager, much like Carly, who was 16 when she went missing. But overall, it's too far away to say for sure if
Yeah.
it's her or not. All of this bothers him enough to call the local sheriff, and I wanted to know if you thought this phone call is real.
I think I might have seen the girl.
Did you know the name of the person?
Yes, it's Carly Goose.
The person on the other end sounds like a professional call dispatch based on the questions she has and the order she says them. First, she makes him clarify the address, which is what a real emergency operator would do.
Okay, do you know the cross street to Batista Canyon?
Then she asks for a clear description of the missing person in question,
Okay, and do you remember what color shirt and pants she was wearing?
and she wants to know if Carly was with anyone else.
And she was by herself.
It's a logical line of questioning that seems she's following a real procedure she was trained for, which makes me believe this call was not fake. Most convincing of all is the way the call ends. It seems professional and exactly like what a real law enforcement official would say.
And she was by herself.
Yeah, she was by herself. She fits the description too. She's about 5'7".
So I think this is probably real, or at least he thought it could have been her, in which case he definitely did the right thing by calling in. Besides, Joey isn't the only one to have seen Carly. Someone once saw a particularly thin girl walk by his house near where she went missing. She was not paying attention to anything at all, just staring at the sky in a daze, much in the same way that this girl he saw today was staring straight ahead. Most mysterious of all, a second report that she was holding something that they couldn't identify, which matches what Joey saw. What I don't understand is how this person could be so out of it and yet survive on their own for over a year. She was last seen in October of 2018, and this video is from July 19th of 2019. I guess nothing came of his report because as of the time of my analysis, Carly is sadly still missing. One thing that
Because I'm telling you, it's because if she's in the forest, if she's in the forest by herself, completely out of it, and not trying to find help, she wants to not be found. That is what I'm going to assume. She's by herself, so she doesn't want to be found. So it's on her the reason she's not found. Because if you were a missing person and you were trying to find help, the two men on bikes you would go to. You see two men, you're gonna go to them. Try to get help. You're gonna come off weird, but that's okay. Because you're trying to get help. You're trying to get help, and that's the main goal. Is to get help. This girl's not trying to get help. She's just wandering on her own in a daze, doing her own thing. So I feel like this girl maybe just doesn't want to be found.
has always creeped me out is the thought of being watched by someone who is interested in your every move and possibly recording it to watch over and over again, or even to post online. It's apparently easy to do and happens more frequently than you think. In early 2019, an Airbnb traveler named Max Vest rented this room to rest his head. Does it look normal to you? If so, you could be getting spied on tonight. Under a mirror is a small black camera positioned to watch you in bed. It's very small and easy.
How did he notice that? That wouldn't have even been seen by me. I don't know if I would have even noticed that because I would have been focused on doing other things. I don't even know if I would have looked for one. Damn, that's well done by him. Holy crap.
Easy to miss, but that's the whole entire point. And the black bottom of this plug-in deodorizer is also a spy camera positioned across from the dresser. And I don't think I would have noticed, to be honest, if it were me staying there. But just because you now know of two different types of spy cameras, shouldn't make you feel anywhere near safe. Meanwhile, in a different hotel, one of these three objects on the table is a spy camera. Do you know which? Even if you guessed the lamp, I bet you didn't guess where. Last but not least, this man once spied on his female roommate for a long time, using a camera behind a curtain rod in her room. He's a tall man, but even he has to reach above to set it up. He lines up her closet and her bathroom in one frame, and satisfied with the position, takes his leave. Most people would hardly pay attention to the corner of their own room. How long do you think it would take before you noticed the camera, if at all? It would probably take me a long time. So if you travel a lot, then there is a chance this might have already happened to you, or if you live with someone you hardly know, they could use a number of different spy gadgets against you for the entire time you've been talking to them. And when that happens, they can either keep the video to themselves or spread it online. Pretty creepy to think about, right? A British family seems to be haunted by a spirit they call Freddy. Unlike most other families with a lingering paranormal problem, they seem to have gotten used to being haunted for the most part and largely ignore Freddy, laugh at him, or otherwise treat him as if he's a bratty child. It's an unusual technique that's made for some interesting videos from 2017 to 2018.
Come on, Freddie. I know we call you Freddie, but we don't know what to call you yet. But we like it.
I guess this ghost simply doesn't.
Could he be called Charles Lee Ray since you're watching Chucky? There's Chucky's on there. Could his name be Charles Lee Ray? But yeah, this guy, this thing decided to want to go on the damn thing for no reason. What caused that? I mean, it could have been one of them in the foot, maybe.
Like to be addressed by the wrong name because nothing touches the can and yet it makes a noise and goes flying. They never do call it Freddy again after this, at least not to its face. I don't see how this is faked because I don't see a string. In fact, I don't see a string in any of their videos, like this one for example. No string shows against the dark window as this phone lifts up and slams back down only when she tries to say hello.
Don't touch it. You don't have to touch it.
And later they turn the light on just to prove that it's not fake.
Come on. Put the light on. Put the light on. Look, the light is on. You can clearly see there is no fishing wire or strings.
If this isn't a ghost,
I mean, that is weird looking. Like, that is a phone hovering in the air. If you could see a string, I want to know where, because I don't see one. But I don't like the thought of a phone going up like that at all. I don't like the thought of that. If I saw a phone do that, that phone ain't staying in that house much longer.
then tell me how it's being done because I really don't know.
It's just hovering. Look at that.
Most of the activity seems to be happening in this living room. When they are all in the kitchen, stuff in the room always seems to move.
No. That's a photo frame. That is a photo frame in the air. That is no. I don't want to be in that house. Don't you? How are you still in this house? Don't be in this house. You gotta get out. You gotta get out now. There's something not right about this damn house. You gotta get out of there now.
Almost like Freddy is trying to get them to come over here. Aside from the phone, this dog picture seems to be its next favorite object to animate and suspend in midair.
You'll be alright. Oh, yeah. I'm not lying. The picture is levitating. I can't.
I suppose somebody could have been standing on a ladder off camera and using a string for the last video, but I don't see it. And there are other videos like this one where they show the full room. And look at that flashing red light. It looks like the ghost may have left them a voice message, which they unfortunately don't play. I would have really liked to have heard Freddy's real voice. Here they are on a different day, standing all the way on the other side of the house, and here the picture is bobbing up and down all on its own, while the curtains move about on their own. The windows are up, so it's not somebody running a wire from outside. There's just no easy explanation for this one. Then, to make matters even more confusing, the picture simply drops on its own as if the ghost is done playing with it. When the mother goes to pick it up, the overhead lamp starts swinging all on its own. Swinging lights are another tactic Freddy used.
Oh, I don't like this. I don't like this house. I need y'all out of it. Get the F out of this house. Get out of here. Freddy's clearly an asshole who likes to be a dick with you people, and you all need to get out of this house. We'll find a way to get Freddy out of there, or Charles Lee Ray, whoever the heck it is.
Uses to try and drive them mad. It is one of the things that seems to honestly annoy the mother, and that's probably why Freddy is always doing it so often. First, it swings back and forth, and then when that fails to get a reaction from them, it starts to move in small, nauseating circles. Before you say that the camera person must be pulling on it with a string, consider that there's clearly no string to be seen, and that the light over the living room, where no one is standing, mind you, is doing the exact same thing. Plus, I really don't think they'd risk breaking the lamp by swinging it this hard themselves, and the more they ignore it, the harder the lights swing. Freddy gets so upset that he figures out how to express his anger in a new way.
The door, Em. The door. Look at that. The door's never done that, ever. Wow.
Nobody touches the
Door just closed on its own, ladies and gentlemen. The door just freaking closed on its own. I don't like this at all. I don't like it at all.
door at all. Nobody is anywhere near that part of the house. At 49 seconds is when you should be able to see a string connected to the door, but even at half speed and zoomed in, no string is to be found. It's truly closing by itself. And in this window, where objects are always moving, stands the outline of Freddy. Some videos seem much more easy to explain than others. Somebody could be shaking the table from underneath.
What? The table's moving. Alright, stop that now. Look at the cat. I know.
While other videos seem unexplainable even years later, I would have liked to have seen the other side of this picture to see if they were using high-powered magnets, but I guess we'll never get the chance. I find it interesting that Freddy seems to be confined to the kitchen and living room areas. Something bad must have happened here to confine it to these areas of the house. Perhaps its anger will one day allow it to explore the rest of the home. In the meantime, they don't know what it is or what it's trying to tell them. They don't really seem to care, and their indifference only seems to make Freddy grow more determined to grow stronger and show them his true form. There have been some odd cemetery happenings that have been freaking me out lately. Weird occurrences that I hope don't signify a new trend. Take this video from 539 Productions, for example. He's walking around the graveyard for fun, as he tends to do, and he goes all the way back to the oldest row of markers, ones that border the forest. Right next to this one is a mysterious opening that looks like it goes all the way down, presumably 6 feet under. To clarify, it's not the right size for someone to go down into, but rather the right size for someone to squeeze up through, as if someone who had been buried recently had clawed their way to the surface. I know it sounds far-fetched, so maybe it's just an animal den like 539 Productions suggests. At least I hope so. But when he finds another hole at a completely different graveyard, it really starts to make you wonder what's going on. I mean, the hole is the exact same size and the exact same placement as before. And again, it looks just wide enough for a person to squeeze through. And when you look at videos like this one, where a man apparently smashes through the casket at his own ceremony in Brazil, it starts to become a little more believable that this scenario could happen while underground. Look at the patch on this government agent's sleeve. These don't look like regular police to me. After a while, they back away and seem reluctant to touch him, which makes me wonder why. And finally, this is one of the more recent graveyard videos to go viral. Family and friends gather around. A man named Elliot, who passed away days ago, suddenly he sits up at 13 minutes and looks around, stunned. This video looks like it was set up because I'm pretty sure he's breathing at 10 minutes and 2 seconds, well before he supposedly comes back to life.
Oh yeah, he definitely is breathing. Yeah, this is fake. 100% he exposed himself by breathing. This mother has breathed. He couldn't do it. He thought no one noticed. He's definitely breathing. So the holes, I don't know how to explain. The holes could be an animal. Most likely, it's an animal. Just an animal fucking with a damn graveyard for some reason. The guys cramming out, that is, I don't know if that's a normal thing, because the reaction by these people is very weird, and this guy does not look like someone who's, that guy did not look like someone who just been done there and acting. This is clearly fake. This one right here is fake as hell.
Just because I don't believe this video is real doesn't mean it's not creepy to think about, and it also doesn't disprove the other strange graveyard sightings. I've got a challenge for you. Since you've made it this far, why not like this video and hit subscribe in the next 5 seconds? Because I upload 4 new scary videos every week. If you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Number 1. Letchworth Village used to be a collection of 130 mental asylums built 2 hours from Brooklyn, a place where unwanted people in the early 1900s New York were taken to be forgotten, never to be visited, never to be removed. Atrocities were inflicted daily upon patients unable to make sense of what was happening to them or to defend against it. With a ratio of 3 nurses to every 80 patients, there simply wasn't enough staff to keep everyone well fed or even alive. Mealtimes were a mad scramble in which a handful of nurses had to shovel food down patients' throats, often against their will. Some didn't survive. Their bodies were branded with a number and taken to a cemetery in a nearby forest. Letchworth Village did not shut down until 1996, 85 years of suffering total. Now, after 100 years after its creation, the 130-building mega asylum has rotted down to only a few of the most haunted sites left standing.
I want to visit this place so badly you have no idea. I want to visit the place where a bunch of people had to unjustly get tortured, and I want to feel the presence of those spirits and see if they're there. I want to see if there are ghosts and spirits in there, because oh my god, the energy would be insane. I want to find that graveyard too, where all the bodies are, because I want to. There's definitely spirits over there.
Areas full of activity that a paranormal explorer named Angelo wants to document. On March 2nd of 2020, Exploring with Angelo enters one of the only buildings left standing. Shadow figures watch from a distance as they cautiously make their way through. Apparitions who are there one moment and gone the next, and it isn't until they begin walking up the stairs that the creepy noises begin. Sounds like doors opening while both of them are standing in place. Or this low croak right behind them at 4 minutes and 46 seconds.
That's weird.
Or when they get to the top and find the doors wide open leading into the dark forest. So if this door is already open, then explain this.
But these things are all made of metal. It's this whole road.
The door somehow creaks open without moving. It sounds like it's being pulled open from straight ahead, and yet nothing is there. Here's the door at 5 minutes and 6 seconds when the sound happens, and here it is again at 5 minutes and 50 seconds after the sound. It's open at the exact same angle down to the degree. They didn't touch it. They step through and turn around to look at the door from outside. They turn out their light to see if they pick up anything. Sure enough, these two beady eyes reflect on the wall despite there being no lights of theirs turned on. At 6 minutes and 25 seconds, they hear and see something jump across the camera. When they turn their lights back on, it's gone. They explore a few other rooms, and when they retrace their steps, the phantom doorway opens once more.
I just heard it again. Yeah, I heard it too. Whatever, just keep going.
The top floor is filled with hospital.
How are door noises being heard but not opening? Unless they could have edited them in, editing the door noises. That's possible. That's all I can think of, unless like the littlest winds caused it to move so slightly that the noise being heard, but I doubt it would make that noise. So I don't actually know, but I'm gonna The only other thing I can come up with is they fake that noises, the door creaking noises.
Beds. Look what appears right as they ask a simple question out loud.
People claim they see in this place. Shadows.
A glowing circle floats by in response, and soon a bad feeling rushes them off of this floor. But as they are leaving, they hear this noise coming from a different building, one deeper in the forest.
That's what we've been hearing. That's what we've been hearing. That's coming from the forest.
Angelo is walking towards the noise when it becomes evident that they are surrounded.
What?
They are looking one way when the hiss comes from the opposite direction.
I don't know. Oh, what's that?
Up ahead is another asylum building, and more
That could have just been them stepping. I don't think that was a hissing noise. I think that was just stepping, and that's not a hissing noise.
voices.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. That's where the noise is coming from.
And this large white sideways face peering at them from inside. As they walk around the perimeter, all of the commotion strangely stops. The forest is as silent as can be. But as soon as they enter the building, they hear the noise again. Something is playing with their mind. Inside is little more than room after room of decaying white wallpaper. When they reach the end of the hall, they hear heavy footsteps from where they just were. This sounds like real fear to me. At first, they try to determine where the footsteps are coming from, but this is the moment they need to get out of there fast.
Ever since we got here. Yeah. Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
They face their fears long enough to stop and turn around one last time to confirm they were really being followed.
Anything there?
I'd say it's pretty clear that they are the people.
I don't know. Oh God, imagine ridiculous this video is. Yeah, I don't know. The last one, I think the last one of this one, like the last one here, could have easily been explained pretty well. I think the other ones were kind of hard to explain, but this one was pretty easy to explain. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment what you think down below. Thank you all for watching. I will see you all for the next one.